Live following a 2-0 loss, San Diego season officially done as they come up short on the road in San Antonio. It was a rough performance. Stone is packed. We are here at Stone Liberty Station. They are addressing the supporters who have just finished some chanting, and now they're recapping the season. The season officially over 2-0 there in the final score.
Yeah, we're actually listening to the chairman, Andrew Vasiliadis, right now. I wish we could actually give a microphone to Andrew to listen to him address the supporters group. We saw the locals here do their traditional end-of-match chant when we're at Torero Stadium. San Diego, we are. San Diego, we are. You probably can hear Andrew in the background. He just said that he might get in trouble for some of the stuff that he's about to say, which makes me more interested in what he has to say than what we have to say.
Yeah, I just don't know if anyone can hear it.
I don't know that anybody can hear it either. But he's talking about Landon Donovan. He's talking about the season it was. He's talking about Landon being a candidate for the Real Salt Lake job and how real that was, which was an interesting moment during the 2021 season. But the season, bottom line, Andrew, Jordan ends in San Antonio tonight. 2-0, San Antonio advances, and San Diego Loyal season is over. We talked on Matchday Live, the pregame show. The suddenness of this, you never get used to it. You and I have covered sports for a long time. You never, ever get used to the suddenness with which seasons end. Certainly the case here tonight at Stone Brewing in Liberty Station.
Yeah. Andrew continuing to address the crowd here at Stone, talking about the ending, not exactly how they imagined it coming to an end tonight here in the first round of the postseason in San Antonio. Got to give credit to San Antonio. That's a good team. It's a very good team, and San Diego did not have enough tonight to take them down on the road. Andrew talking about the season, the 2022 season coming up, the expectations for that, and then just the happiness that this season brought. So that's what's happening right now. We're at Stone, we're at Liberty Station. This place is absolutely packed.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I was not aware that Andrew Vasiliadis was even.
If we were aware, we would have mic'd him up.
And certainly to have him holding court behind us,
right?
Talking about the season, talking about some of the stuff that he liked, was a little bit of a surprise for us. Like, we were not made aware of this, so forgive us for being a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he'll join us.
Off kilter here, but maybe he will, and maybe he will take the opportunity to come here and address those that weren't able to make it here at Stone and Liberty Station. Jordan, bottom line is, season's over. Was it a successful season? No doubt about it. Did you reach your ultimate goal? Absolutely not. And there were lots of goals that weren't achieved, but there were several that were this year. You got through an entire 32-game season. You got to welcome fans into Torero Stadium, which is something we really didn't get to be a part of in 2020. All of these things are great. You got to continue to grow what it is, the seed that was planted in the ground. All of that great. Supporters group been great. You've hosted a ton of watch parties over the years for different sports. We don't normally see stuff like this. We don't see this sort of stuff at all. This is unique, this is special, this is something to grow on. But clearly, if you're a supporter, if you're a player, if you're a coach, if you're Andrew Vasiliadis, it's a disappointing night. You can't really sugarcoat that.
No doubt about that. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back to Stone Liberty Station. We'll continue to recap the season that was for San Diego Loyal. Darren Smith, Jordan Caruth. We're back after this.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
Your summer starts here. With big savings on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer the best time of the year. But don't miss out on all the fun. See your Toyota dealer and catch a great deal today.
Right now, drive home a stylish new Corolla with a low $199 a month lease. Or you can save big with $1,500 factory cash back.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
During this pandemic, many families are worried about visiting healthcare facilities. I'm Dr. Gail Knight, Rady Children's Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer. I'd like to share with you the advice that I give my own family and friends. The best thing that you can do to keep your child healthy is to continue to keep routine appointments like vaccinations and regular checkups. This keeps you, your child, and our community as protected as possible. We are always open, we are here for you, and we are safe.
It's time to get moving with the financial partner that's here for your journey. From small steps to big milestones, USE Credit Union is here for you. With tools to help you bank fast, solutions to help you go far, and a team of dream makers that's ready to help you step forward with confidence. USE Credit Union.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. Locals have taken over. We'll let you just go ahead and enjoy it. Season officially over for San Diego. 2-0 the final score in San Antonio. San Antonio moves on. They will play the winner of Phoenix against RGV. That one will kick off tomorrow night. So that is what is going on that side of the bracket. San Diego season officially done. We just heard Andrew Vasiliadis address the supporters. Locals here, Chavos, we're down in Chula Vista. Great crowd, great atmosphere here tonight. And what has turned into, unexpectedly, the goodbyes for the 2021 season are happening right now at Stone.
You just said it. It turned out to be the goodbyes, but it was great to see people from local news stations. It was great to see camera crews in the house. It was great to see this documented for the reasons that we said in our previous segment, because you don't see stuff like this. This isn't normal. We've done this for other sports, and we're not trying to compare and contrast. It's not really the point of all of it. What you see here is so unique. What you hear behind us is so real and so genuine. So from that standpoint, it really was a very memorable night, Jordan. We've been here doing Matchday Live for a lot of wins, for draws. We've been here at Stone and Liberty Station when there's been nobody in the building. And certainly there have been much better nights on the pitch for San Diego Loyal. But if we're being honest, this is probably one of the most memorable nights that we've had here in our capacity as post and pregame hosts, because of what we just saw from Andrew Vasiliadis, what we saw here during the match, when there really wasn't much to cheer for. Let's call it for what it is. I don't think we really need to go in great depth and talk about possession and shots. It wasn't fun. And, it doesn't matter. Season's over, so it's much more big picture. But in terms of all the moments that we've had here, now match day 33, this is one of the more memorable nights I think you would agree that we've had since we've been doing this, which is match day 1 of 2020.
Right. It was a roller coaster of a season that got off to a very slow start. Things picked up rather quickly for San Diego, and then towards the end they slowed down once again. So a slow start, a slow finish, with a pretty good middle part there. That's the season for San Diego. It's progress from 2020. 2020 left you without the postseason. 2021 delivers that, but no wins in the postseason, no goals in the postseason. So although San Diego did get their first ever playoff game in the books tonight, they are still waiting to record their first ever playoff goal. Yeah. I would expect that to happen in 2022.
Yeah, and unfortunately one shot on target in that postseason game as well. And that, I feel like we've seen this game, a version of this match before, where you dominate so many different statistical categories, but the one that matters most is putting the ball in the net, and that wasn't what happened tonight. So if you were gonna make a prediction as to how it was that it was gonna end, it probably wouldn't be the kind of match that we saw at Torero Stadium against Oakland, right? Losing, San Diego Loyal scoring 3, Oakland giving up or scoring 4. you probably would have guessed that. You would have guessed it was going to be something like this, which is something to think about in the offseason. I think committing to a style that at times dominates, but doesn't produce as many goals as you would think some of the other statistics suggest it should.
We do not expect to chat with Landon Donovan, but if we were to chat with LD tonight, I would imagine that we would not be given any excuses in this one. Field would not have been an excuse. I thought San Antonio went out there and played exactly how you pretty much would expect them to attack. So no excuses. This was a playoff game where you kind of threw your best out there, and for San Diego, it wasn't enough tonight on the road against San Antonio. Does this look different in San Diego against a different opponent? Maybe. We'll never know. But what we do know is this is the final time we'll see the 2021 season team here this season, which means changes are coming in 2022. There will be players that come back, but there is no way that 100% of the roster comes back in 2022. So this is it. That was the final chapter, and that was the goodbye for this team specifically.
And, you know, that to me, no matter how many years you and I do stuff like this, it's the part of it that you don't ever get used to. I said the suddenness is a difficult part of it, but the other part is if you fell in love with this team this year, this is not going to be the same team next year. Players are going to get signed by other clubs. Hopefully some of these players, Jordan, go on and they play in Major League Soccer, right? Who doesn't root for Augie Williams? Who doesn't root for Douglas Martinez? Who doesn't root for Oliver Larraz? Who doesn't root for some of the players that you've seen this year?
Remember when Miguel Berry was on this team this year?
Right, and now look at him,
this
right?
season.
Look at him again, how great he's doing with Columbus. So if you fell in love with this team, you know, of course you fell in love with the culture, you fell in love with Matchday Live, you fell in love with everything that comes on the outside, but you also fell in love with this club, and this club is never going to be the same again. So that's just the reality of the end of any regular season for any team in any sport.
Let's take one more time out. We'll come back. We'll say goodbye. We'll recap for the final time of the 2021 season. San Diego coming up short in San Antonio. 2-0 the final score. We are live from Stone at Liberty Station, and we're back after this.
It starts off with a little seed, and with a little love from nature, it sprouts to life. And when delicious fresh fruits and veggies are perfect, they are rushed to the home of fresh. Sprouts, where goodness grows.
Want the perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
I'm not even sure what's happening here, and I know it's fast, but I'm in love with you. We're gonna be together forevs, and I'm gonna keep you looking good, boo. That's why I got you unlimited washes. That's right, we're gonna binge wash, babe.
Want the perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
I'm not even sure what's happening here, and I know it's fast, but I'm in love with you. We're gonna be together forevs, and I'm gonna keep you looking good, boo. That's why I got you unlimited washes. That's right, we're gonna binge wash, babe. Commit to your car. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back, Matchday Live, the post-match edition. San Diego coming up short on the road in San Antonio. 2-0 the final score. San Diego's season officially done. Coming up short against San Antonio, they move on. They'll play the winner. Most likely they'll take on Phoenix, but there is a chance they take on RGV. That one kicks off tomorrow night at 7:30. We are live from Stone at Liberty Station. The goodbyes are happening right now. We have heard from Andrew Vasiliadis. We have also heard from the president of the supporters group, from the locals. Steve jumped up, led one final goodbye as well after a few words. There's a chance we chat with him here momentarily as well. But what we're doing right now, Darren, is we're kind of saying goodbye and we're putting a bow on what was the 2021 season.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of when the U.S. men's national team got eliminated by Trinidad and Tobago, and we were at O'Brien's in Claremont. And you sort of had this, well, what's next? Because nobody really knew what was going to be next for the U.S. men's national team. There's a little bit of that. We know there's going to be a season coming up in 2022. We know there's going to be some roster decisions. Unfortunately, this journey has ended here tonight on this Friday in November. Jordan, I will just quickly point out, because we've done a lot of scoreboard ups, we've updated what's going on in the Pacific Division throughout the year. How about Oakland Roots going up 1-0 against El Paso Locomotive? 1-0 to Oakland, and they are deep into that. They are in stoppage time, so credit to Oakland Roots. I don't know if you have any more rooting interest. Hopefully, I think if you're a Loyal fan, you probably paid more attention to Loyal than everybody else, obviously. But in terms of watching the USL postseason, watching what's going on here, I'm curious to see the way it shakes out. I hope that we don't just completely stop paying attention to the USL. So Oakland up 1-0 early on here, not early on, very late.
Very
on
late.
against El Paso, yeah.
On the road.
Yeah, not bad.
A team playing very well when the time is right. There is a chance.
It's a goal in the 78th minute for Oakland.
It's good. That's good. We know San Diego won't be involved, but no one would be surprised if the three other Pacific teams all win their matchups. Oakland playing very well, just to even be in a position to make the postseason. Orange County playing better than anyone in the West. And Phoenix is as good as anyone in the West. So we were hoping San Diego would be able to play along with that, but clearly that will not be the case. But there could be 3 out of 4 going all the way on to the next round, and potentially it could be an all-Pacific Western Conference final.
I know we got to go, but can we just bring the president of the locals on?
I'd love. Steve and I have a long drive to Vista.
And I say this because our first Matchday Live of the year, we had Steve on. We were in Phoenix, Arizona. Chandler, Arizona.
Big correction.
Thank you.
And this dude has worked so hard to grow this club.
It's been a year.
Do you need
it
a
has
drink?
been a year.
I've
It ends
had a
in
lot of
disappointment.
Do you need one? Can I get you one?
Sure.
Okay.
Jordan's out. What is this? I know it's difficult to put it into words. What's it been like?
First of all, cheers. Should we cheers?
It might be a
Cheers.
little.
I've got a little eye left.
It might be warm. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to stomach that the season's over, right? You can't really imagine what it's like at this point. You don't come into this night thinking it's going to end, but at the same time, you know it's all on the line. Like you said, it's a lot of work. This is a lot of work. There's no doubt about it. But You do it for the love of the club, and you do it because to grow this fan base. I mean, we were packed tonight. This is insane and so much fun. And you look around and you're like, you know, the work that I put in has made connections to people that I've made distant connections to, right? I know somebody who's 4 degrees of separation and 4 degrees of separation, but they have made a 1 degree of separation connection, and like that matters to me, right? The work that I've done and that we've done as a community has made such an impact here. Like that's the kind of stuff that matters to me. Like the club, the soccer is one thing, and yeah, it's of course it's about it, but the community means so much too.
That's what a club is all about.
Yeah.
Tell us what Andrew Vasiliadis just told the entire crowd. We were live on the air. We did not get to hear everything, but he was addressing you and the supporters. What did he say?
Yeah, I mean, it was he kind of just told us how much we matter to the community. Like, kind of like what I said, but a little more. It matters a little more coming from him, right? He's the chairman of the club. I'm just the president of the supporters group. I put in my hours at night and on the weekends and when I can, but he lives this and breathes this every single day, and ultimately it's his money that the club is spending for these players and you know, Torero Stadium and the jerseys and everything like that. You can just tell how much he cares, right? He kind of addressed that. You know, it was an up and down season, and who knows what's going to happen in the future. But he is invested, and he's got a lot of money committed to this team, and that's ultimately going to tell the story of what this may or may not be next season. It's not all about money, right? It's about the community. Like Landon said in one of his press conferences earlier this season, they might not have the budget of a Phoenix Rising or an El Paso, but they played like it for stretches of the season. It's got to keep going. We got to keep building the momentum. We're a second season team, and really, in reality, it's our first season, right? I mean, you think about 2020 and with the COVID year, it doesn't really count,
right?
You know, so it's so hard to imagine like this was really our first season. We made the playoffs as a third place team, and yeah, tonight wasn't a great showing, but you got to keep building. You got to build on the foundation that you've had.
And I'll just say it was a great showing here.
Sure.
And Jordan and I have done 1 million events. I'm not trying to knock anybody else around town, but we've done 1 million events. They don't draw like this. And it's a credit to you, it's a credit to your hard work, it's a credit to the passion people have for this club in a short amount of time. Difficult to realize this, but it is something to be proud of.
Yeah, and I'm definitely proud. I'm definitely proud of the work that we've put in. We have a lot we want to address in the off season. Memberships will go up for sale. I'd say early January, something like that. We have some really cool ideas for off-season events that kind of keep the community going. It's definitely not going to be the off-season that it was last year, because last year was COVID. We weren't really engaged. Now it's early November, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 months off, and we have.
Hey, we have news cameras here tonight. People notice.
Right.
You know. People know who we are.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot planned for the off-season, and then it's kind of just like we're going to blank, and we're going to be back there for preseason, so it's going to be super fun.
Great job.
Can't wait.
Hey, man, our first guest is our last guest on Matchday Live.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
That was
cool,
so
right?
fun. Yeah.
Felt like Chandler was just the other week.
It does.
I was sort of looking forward to maybe going there next week.
That would have been nuts. Yeah,
it would have been.
They're happy it's not us, right?
I would say so. We've always played them well.
We have.
You know, there hasn't. Maybe that first game was a simple game, but from there on, we've played them well.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very interested how this offseason is going to go, not just from our perspective, but who are they going to bring back? Kind of what the coaching staff. Obviously, the rumors that have surrounded Landon and Nate and all them. So I have no idea. I have no insight. That's not who I am. So I'm just as interested as you guys are.
USL Adam Schefter over here.
No.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for a beautiful season.
Yeah.
How many of these shirts did you get through?
I have all 6 on.
Right now?
All 6 on. I put them back on, yeah.
You have all 6 at the moment? I only see 4.
Prove
Do you
it.
want me to count?
Can he prove it? Can this be our goodbye? Walk to the front of the camera so this isn't blocking you. And this is.
We're good.
And okay.
Hey,
this is
as
our
we
goodbye.
say goodbye, let me just say this.
Yes.
Jordan,
feel free.
It is never a bad time with you. You know I love you, brother.
I love you.
Thank you for all the fun.
pleasure to be here.
Thank you
we're
for
gonna
starting
strip
the
to finish
tradition of,
Matchday Live.
Thank you for starting the tradition of the champagne.
Yeah, thank you, Christian Pulisic and Chelsea Football Club, for starting that tradition.
And thank all of you.